Hey guys. Okay, so welcome to a day in a life in our homeschool. But before I get started, I'm just going to show you a real quick look at our section that we have for homeschooling. We live in a 900 square foot home, so it's small, but I does work with the approach we are doing in our homeschool, as we homeschool all together. We don't separate into different sections or different rooms, I guess. Well, I mean, my kids can go to different rooms if they like to, but they can also be in the same room if they want. They're like just not isolated from each other, mandatory, if that makes sense. Okay guys, so this is the section which is like a little corner in my home, which is right here. Here's our couch, and then we have our door to the entry hallway. So this is our section here that we have going on. Right here in this section is usually, and these are the pictures that y'all usually see on my Instagram or my Facebook. So we are doing down the mountain this week starting. And we have this basket here is just for our go-along books of that story, and it could be books from either the library, or it can be books from that we already have here at the house that will go with the story itself. So I just got the baby animal books, and I actually have National Geographic books, little mini ones that the kids are actually reading right now. It's reading time, so they're doing 15 minutes of reading, which are these ones, and there's 3 different ones, so they're able to choose from them. Right here I have set up just the different little mountain animals we will see. Of course, y'all, if y'all follow me, y'all know I do What Does Not Belong in the series, so that is there as well. In this section right here, again, everything is not brand new, but it works for us and it flows with us. I have our Nature Anatomy book because it's constantly being looked at. These 2 books I have from a friend, and they have awesome little short stories on it. If you want to see a video on exactly what's in them, just let me know in the comments and I will be glad to show them. We started reading the Laura Ingalls Banks on the Plum Creek with our last Prairie book, and we're going to continue reading that, probably just a chapter a week, only because we're moving along. So we do different chapter books, and we have the Little Farm in the Ozarks, which we will be reading a chapter out of that this week. And then this one, which we've already read during the summer. If you follow me, you know that. It's The Buffalo Knife. We read it. It's a really good book. It does talk about a lot of, not necessarily mountain life, but I do love the being self-sufficient kind of lifestyle in that book. So that's definitely going to go with our mountain life book. Right here I have said just for today, this won't be here all the time. This goes in their bin in their room, but we have some Lincoln Logs in here and blocks, and this goes with our study that we're doing, and we're doing geography and culture today, so this will be part of that. I do have our books in here. I love these eyewitness books here. Again, these are from a friend of mine that let me use them. So I've had them for several months now. She's great about letting me use them. The kids have their books of first, which is their journals. I would love to talk to you more about that. Again, we started that this year, so I think they have 2 or 3 things in there. This is an extra curriculum I have, and the only reason I have it out, and it says 2nd grade on it, but it is, let me just so you can see what it is. It's Investigations, grade 2, but this is so fun. You have shapes, you have coins, you have, it's a lot of hands-on math, and even though it's 2nd grade, my 3rd grader, which is, he just went into 3rd grade, loves it. So we do a Horizons curriculum, but that one we pull out just for fun all the time, and especially if maybe he's not wanting to do Horizons that day, which is never, because he's pretty good at listening to everything I ask of him. So, but we pull those out. Again, I just have all our different 5-in-a-row manuals. We have our books in there, different folders that the kids, like when they need a folder for something, there's extras in here. We have our different curriculum stuff. Here, 2 of our books, the children's dictionary is constantly being picked up here in our home, and it's constantly, so that one's there all the time. Up here in this little rack, I got this from an aunt of mine, which I love. It's just a little, it's basically like a little cat, if you can see, and I just have it hang there on my wall. I have the library books. These are going to be my daughters or my sons, whichever books they get from the library are in this section only, just so we have somewhere to put them. And these are things that don't go along with our story, so I do like that, guys. So, and this little board, I got it, and it's also a chalkboard on the back side. But every morning somebody will come up here and they would go through the little bin there, and they will put the new date here. At the beginning of the month, I take out all the words I need to spell this and all the numbers to write it, and I'll set it in a section in a little cup, and I will have one of them, and they will put whatever the beginning of the month is on that. So that is our little section of schooling, what we have going on. Of course, we have our printer, more. These little bins in here have different subjects in them. We'll have like science stuff that's related, writing stuff that's just for writing, reading stuff that's just for reading. And those are like little workbooks. And my kids, again, that's something they can do in their free time. Like right now, what they're doing is their free time of reading, but they are able to go through those workbooks that have like crosswords, word searches, and things like that. So this is our section of basically of homeschooling, that what we all have. In the kids room, we have our books, and they're in this little library section. Miles does have his own little bucket down at the bottom with his books that he can flip through and hopefully not tear in any way. In my living room, I do have a section as well, as I put seasonal books that go along, but I also put other books that don't necessarily go with our story. I took a different approach with my day in the life video that you're about to see. I'm showing you 2 different days, but just to show you that we are not scheduled, but we are structured in how we school here in our home. If we have anything for our books of first, that's usually what we will start with, just because it's super easy and light, and it's usually not even more than 5 minutes. Again, this is a very simple idea. All they do is whenever they first see the first leaf fall, the first snow fall, the first time your vegetable starts to sprout in your garden, they just jot it down for journal purposes of their book of first. So anything they can add in there. And if after that, then we'll do Bible. Again, I'm just reading like a chapter out of it, and then we talk about what we've read. Okay guys, so like before I even get started on our 5 in a row, we have already been set in kind of this mindset of, since the first year we've done 5 in a row, is adding math, and our math is Horizon. So Memphis is just finishing up his math here. June has already finished her math, so her and Miles are playing with just marbles in general, and this is just gonna be until he's done. And then once he's done, we're gonna start with our 5 in a row. It's about 9:30ish right now, so that's pretty much how our morning is flowing right now. You're done? Okay, it says circle the group with the more. So basically that means circle the one that has more in each set. So do the stars have more, or do the ducks have more? Which one? Okay guys, so Tuesday morning, we've already got breakfast out of the way, and the kids are just finishing up their math. I believe Memphis is done. He's actually helping the littles. With their math, theirs again is not anything major. I just throw out some flashcards there, and if they look through them, we do not formally school them until they're like 6 years old. They ask questions, of course we answer them, we help them, so they do pick up things on the way while we're schooling. Finish that up. It's about 10 o'clock. Our library just opened, so we're going to go ahead and walk down that way as soon as I wrap things up right here. Dos, tres, cuatro. So right after math, we do our foreign language. Right here, we're getting ready to go ahead and walk to the library. So we're doing our oral Spanish. I do use a YouTube video as well, but like I said, it's very simple. They're youngins, so our foreign language is Spanish, and oral is the best way, and it's really simple for them to do. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10. Yay! Another resource I use is a Spanish bingo known as Loteria, if I want to use that as reinforcement compared to just using YouTube. My kids do love it. Again, it's a hands-on approach, and they seem to enjoy it really well. So anything that I can get them to like and reinforce learning, we do try. The library is literally 2 blocks away, so instead of doing our walks in the evening, and since it's being cooler down here in Texas, we have decided to do our walks in the morning to the library. So this is really great for us. I've been teaching June how to use the catalog in the library, so she has been writing them down, and then you go search for them in the shelves.
Yeah.
Don't go through them too much. They really enjoy the library. They love using the computers that they have there, of course. They love reading the books that they can look at while they're there. We spend about an hour, at least an hour in the library, so I love that. Lately we've been able to go during the mornings because it frees up our afternoon for other activities that we can do, especially since the season has started for children's choir and Awanas and other and then we have baseball in the spring. Of course, when we get home, they want to go through their books and read them.
Thank you for all this food, and thank you from my mom, my brothers, and thank you for the food. Amen.
Amen. Our lunch snack, we do like to do. I do a poetry, and what I've been doing is this. This year, I'm hoping you can see this. Give me a second to see. So let me get up to September here. So in the inside here, you'll have, it'll show you the months, and then for each day it has it. So we are doing September this month, and every day we do a new one, and especially since every day we eat a snack or lunch, it works out perfectly for us.
That one had Harry.
What? And you can see who our complainer is in our house. So we are going to do our poetry, and it's pretty short and quick, so we're going to go ahead and just do it with y'all watching us because it's not a big day. So today is the 18th, the new arrival. So let's find that in here. August, September, okay, the 14th, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, well, let's do our poetry. You can sit down, listen, okay? Okay, so the 18th, the new arrival. If you want to just see what it looks like, I'll usually just read this out loud for them. So that's the one we're going to be reading there. The new arrival, a new animal had arrived in Noah's Park. Some of the others had seen it, but nobody knew what it was. So they asked Noah.
I'm got more grapes.
Yes, but we can have some more grapes. Memphis, go pull them from the refrigerator. Then the ribbon. Okay. Some of the others had seen it, but nobody knew what it was. So they asked Noah if he knew. It's got 2 long legs at the back, said a monkey. Yeah. And 2 short legs in the front, said Mrs. Rabbit. It's got a big, thick tail, said the elephant. It's got a pocket in its tummy, said a lion. And it can hop like me, said the frog. Hold on. Noah scratched his head and thought of the moment. I wonder what animal that could be.
Me. I know. What was hopping?
Hold on. Hand these over there to Rollins, please. Juniper, hand these to Rollins. Okay, let's finish right here. Where was I at?
Mommy.
What, baby? Grapes. Okay. Rollins, will you give some grapes to the baby? Thank you, sir. Okay, I wonder what animal that could be.
You already got some.
Oh, he said. Let me see. It has 2 long legs at the back, 2 short ones in front, a thick tail. It's got a pocket in its tummy. And just then the new animal came hopping along. It's a
kangaroo.
Good job. A kangaroo, said Noah. He was right.
No, but only kangaroos only have 2 legs
Mm-hmm.
in the front. No, not 2 legs in the back.
Oh, they have 2 legs in the back. That's that they hop on. And then the 2 in the
No,
front.
They only have 3 in the back.
What?
They only have 3 in the back. Like only in Wildcat.
You saw it in Wildcrats? Well, then they have 2 legs in the back. And their front ones, yes, they look like little arms, but they're considered legs.
Yeah.
They're little short legs because they can walk on them.
4, 5, 6.
Yes, good job. Okay, so last of our story. Hello, said the kangaroo. Welcome to the park, said Noah. Now we know who you are. So that's our little short story for today's luncheon.
Carrot. I love carrot cake.
You love carrot cake?
Yeah.
Once we get morning activities out of the way, which is the books of verse, Bible, math, and foreign language, then I begin our 5 in a row curriculum. Subject of the day, I split it in 5 different subjects or 5 different days. If you're not familiar with it, you read a story for 5 days in a row, and then and every day you do a subject lesson from the manual. You don't have to read the books first thing in the morning. You can split it up, be nighttime stories, lunchtime stories, however that may be. As you can see, there is rivalry in our homeschool. I'm not going to shoot you make it look like it's pretty all the time, and it's not. This happens on a daily basis, so he will be removed from the classroom here in a few minutes. But we're going to go ahead and get started reading our story. This week we are starting with Down, Down the Mountain. Okay, let's hear our story, guys. Miles, come on, come here. Let's look at our book. Come look at our book. Come here, buddy. All right, okay, ready? Down, Down the Mountain by Ellis Cradle. Sorry. Come here. Come look at the pictures. Come look at the pictures. Down, down the mountain. Once upon a time, in a little log cabin away up in the Blue Ridge Mountains, there lived a little... Miles, sweetheart, come here. Come here. No, that's not nice. Come here. No. Miles, come here. And this does happen in real life, guys. There is bullying in homeschool. So we are going to pause this video and remove the child for a minute. One of our subjects is geography, and what I like to do with this is get the flag of the location that we are reading from, and then we save them along our room. The way we do the social studies part is culture is taking the food aspect from that environment and trying it out. As simple as making butter as well is something we do. Though I do have a Charlotte Mason inspired geography, which is hands-on, so I do throw that in because it's very simple, literally like 2 minutes, so I like to add that in there. The following day we had language, so it's all language based for 5 in a row. This is our vocabulary, which we did it in water paints. I don't follow the manual to a T, but I do use it very heavily within our schooling. I like to use index cards as well, and what I do is write the vocabulary word on there, and on the back side the kids draw the pictures, and they've been doing this since we started 2 years ago on this, and this is our 3rd year doing it, and I will not change that. I love that they like this idea, and I strongly love vocabulary over spelling. We will do writing though every once in a while, so it does change it up for us. Now, after we've done our 5 in a row language activities, we will move on to our moral vocabulary, which I do with every week during language. During this time, usually my son will read a story just because I'm working with June, and sometimes Rollins will jump in. For example, this day he did jump in and he wanted to do more hands-on activities, but he doesn't necessarily have to because, again, he is not officially schooling, and I won't officially start schooling him till he's entered in 1st grade. But if he wants to join in, or he has questions, or he wants me to spend a few minutes with him on that, then I can do that. June will usually know to start doing things on her own, and she'll just go over the alphabet herself to learn it. And so it's pretty simple, and I like how the kids, we're all still together, but we're all still doing within the same subject as far as language and reading, or it may be whatever subject that day is. Like for geography, again, that's really simple as well. We did that Monday. This was Tuesday. They do really good in group environments, so I like that, but they also do really well independently when I ask of them to do things on their own. After what I guess people would consider all core subjects, we jump into our extras, which nature study was that one. Then we have a handicraft of learning how to stitch. We are also doing a handicraft on knot tying. I do use videos and books for both of these subjects. And then for reinforcement, I let my kids only do like 30 minutes of tablet time. That's pretty much a wrap for our day. If you're not following me on Facebook, definitely do that. Follow me on my page because I have more detailed information on, and I post every day how our actual day and what we studied that day went. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry for such a lengthy video, but I wanted to give you a good point of view and actually see everything we kind of do throughout the day and not just pictured wise. So I try to do a little more video. It was a little bit hard for me to edit any of this, so I hope I answered any questions you may have. Definitely comment down below if you have anything to say or you have any other questions. Thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed this video.